Could be, however, I imagine that takes your toll. At least on your self-worth, a little bit. That's just life, though. Not everyone gets to be great.
Well, some people just need help doing it.
Hey, speaking of which, you've crossed that one girl from your compound a couple of times, right? She was your upper class. Leona?
Takes a very deep breath in. Yep. This would be,
Now,
what? Third? Fourth? Something like that?
now that is an impressive woman.
She certainly has a capability to make waves.
I mean, think about this for just a second, right? She can fight, sure. A lot of people can fight. But if I did my research right, and I know I did, they were supposed to have been lost in a ZLZ. As fifth years, not even full graduate.
Alright. And Jericho and her survived, but going their own separate ways and having their own ramifications as such.
And then comes back with a whole new type of flair. Look, here's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's in every watchman's best interest to learn something like that. Because with our numbers being as little as they are, we might not always have a way to cleanse.
It's useful. I've already seen a few of our comrades doing it. He shakes his head. I don't disagree, but I don't care for romanticizing her.
Call it romantic. I'm calling it what it is. She opened up the gates. Just like Alistane did. New powers at our fingertips. We just gotta grab for it.
Curious why she's showing us these abilities.
Now
The fight
that,
with her
that's a good damn question. For an enemy, she's not really good at taking us out, is she?
No, she could have done that years ago. She wants everyone to be stronger, to become something more. To what avail, I'm not sure.
She just laughs as she crosses her arm. Chrysantine.
What?
Oh, nothing. Y'all are just always on some bullshit.
He laughs at that. Okay, you're nothing to him. But hey, that bullshit ended up saving us, so I think it was worth it.
Regardless, we've spoken enough. She looks up. I'm ready to listen. As you see Carnifex let out a large yawn.
Big guy's tired.
Good. Then let me teach you about the dragon magic. So you can claim new fire.
And cut to something else.
So Rohan and Cleo, you catch back up with her. What do you do?
I was going to show Rohan to the church or seminary that Cleo grew up at, if it's still there.
As you make your way over, yes, it is nice. You see that the doors are closed to the small chapel here, but the grounds are still well tended. And it does appear still to be habitated, just not at the moment.
Hmm. I think Cleo would go to walk around the grounds and stop at a graveyard. He kept on.
You were raised in a church.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised.
Why?
Osteomancy is considered a dark art, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I did not think one raised in a church would train under dearest Magdalene. I was it odd Maggie, but you know, Magdalene. Would you consider yourself pious?
I used to be.
But no longer.
Not as much, no.
Do you not have faith in the light?
I have faith in us. Who wields it?
I suppose that will have to be enough. But forgive me, I'm supposed to be listening. He looks around at the gravestones.
I think she stopped at one in particular that says Thomas very well.
Who was this?
This was a priest who brought me here, helped raise me.
You were not always an orphan.
He never officially adopted me.
How old were you when you came to live here?
I think I was about 9.
Then you knew your parents.
I can still remember them. Somewhat.
I think he crunched some numbers. He does some math. And says, White Fang. I'm basically asking if that's what did them in.
Yeah.
My condolences. I understand the pain of losing a parent. Were they watchmen?
No. They were just people. In the wrong place at the wrong time.
Is what happened to them why you became a watchman.
Partly.
You were a Cathar first, were you not?
Mm.
I'm glad you decided to change careers. From what I had seen back on the island, and what I had heard you did, you were a better watchman than Cathar.
Well, I suppose I thank you for that.
I think he gestures towards the tombstone. What was the name on it?
Thomas Maryville.
Thomas. Would Thomas be proud of the woman you became, do you think?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he'd say.
I suppose we can never be sure about what the departed would say.
Well, I could find out. Well, it'd probably be incoherent, but
Maybe don't. This is where faith comes into play. If not in any higher power, at least in our choices.
right.
And if your faith wavers, and you think that maybe you would not be very pleased to see the choices you've made, there is always room for recompense, for improvement, for change.
I think
That's
the one thing
thinking.
that Leona has gotten right is that we should embrace both the dark and the light.
You need to roll insight to know that. Good old Rohan doesn't like to hear that. I cannot say I agree. The dark exists anathema to the light.
You would think so. But we all have a darker part of ourselves, don't we? And yet, we can still be capable of good.
Not when you feed that dark part of you.
Have to keep a good balance, though. Not feed it too much.
takes a strong person to not fall victim to that. To not tip in the wrong direction. Would you say you're stronger inside or out?
Definitely inside.
Then I have faith you'll not fall. So long as that does not change.
Thank you, Rohan.
I have done very little.
Like you said, sometimes being here is enough.
Thank you for showing me the place that helped to make you the person you are today. It looks lovely. Even the graveyard.
I think so too.
Do they bury bodies in Shamash?
How did your family do it?
I think cremation.
I think that fits. Scatter the ashes to the wind that they might become the rain that brings forth new life.
Mm-hmm. So I think he gestures around the graveyard and says, they put bodies beneath these gravestones, yes?
Mm-hmm.
That is bizarre, but beautiful. To know that they feed the earth they are placed into. He gestures to, I imagine, where a patch of flowers has sprung up.
That life continued.
From dust to dust. Speaking of returning to where we came from, did you want to wander aimlessly some more, or shall we return to the villa?
You go ahead. I have some things I should get.
Things.
Diamonds, mainly.
Ah,
I'm gonna shop around.
well, don't let me get in the way of you and your duties as a life giver. Just see to it you don't get lost. But if you do, he gestures to his watch ring. Do you still have that?
Yeah.
Then send me a message, and I will take to the skies and find you any means necessary.
I won't get lost in the physical sense. But if I feel lost in spirit, I'll give you a call.
I am your first choice. I must have done something right.
Well, the other person I'd call is probably drunk right now. And then the one after that's dead. And then I don't know if the other one is here or busy.
Rohan of Shamash
Uh-huh.
will settle for 4th place. Do not stay out too late.
I'll be back for curfew.
He wags his finger at you. You better, young lady. Or face my wrath. Joker crashes typing. I think with a small dip of his head, Rohan will take his leave.
As you take your leave, Cleo, you are left with the simple silence, and in its place is still this oh so quiet song.
The Sanghelian song?
An unforgettable sound.
I think they're a little hard of hearing. They'll head out to find some diamonds to buy.
So you do. Well, then we come back to you. What then is Clint?
He will recast Disguise Self because I feel like it's probably been an hour at this point. But he's not going to steal Seven's guys this time. Although that would be pretty funny. Let me see if I have it. I don't know if I have it saved as an image or not. He's gonna disguise himself. I apparently don't have it. Fucking hell. As an old troubadour that he knew as a kid back in the Velcourts. Oh, I do have it! Let's go. He'll disguise himself as that. As the very first Grey Man that Quint ever met. And then he'll go into the High Horse.
It's an interesting choice you've made.
Cheers.
Why would you do that?
Cheers.
Okay. As you enter,
Immediately ask for a drink.
you hear a boisterous woman just say, "Coming right up."
Wow, thank you, ma'am. Trying to remember how to talk like Mr. Barge.
Isn't she great?
Isn't she great?
As you do, you hear sounds of laughter. Old friends catching up on lost time. Despite all the hours you spent out there, they still have more to say and do. As you look over, you see Poye imitating himself swimming underwater, and then you see him taking like the image of a conch beneath his hands as he blows on it.
Oh yeah, does he have abacus right now?
He does.
So, yeah, he's been carrying them around the whole time.
Yeah, he is. As he does, you see these small little antennae pop out of this conch and start going along with the story. And you see him imitating like falling as you see him and then the snail both like hold their hands and antennae separate and pull something together shut. And then you hear laughing from the crowd as you hear one Lazarus Marrow say, "So you closed her inside of her own mirror, underwater." Hey, brother, that's how it be. After I done sang the song of freedom, it was that easy.
there non-watchmen in the establishment, right? Are any of them in like the crowd listening to Poe about this low-key tall tale? Okay, gotcha.
As you hear him describing it, you just see the others like, oh yeah, that all happened. And then you see your watchman brother and be like, yeah,
that tracks.
that probably is how it happened. After a moment, he sort of sits down and, make a perception check.
Oh yeah, I've been so great at these today. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. We take every little bit we get here.
You do hear him say, oh, but there was one last thing, brother. When I done freed the abacus man, he tell me something. Well, he say it like this.
Oh no, he talks as slow as a snail. It's like Zootopia and the Sloths.
But then, little brother over here be saying it. And you see him like approach the show. Hey, Sheldon, go and tell him. The Sage of Many Paths has been born anew. Yeah, you hear that? I don't be knowing what it mean, but it sound good for us, yeah?
Sage of Many Paths has been born anew. Interesting.
You hear Karn say, what do you mean born anew? But I don't be knowing, but that's what he said. Maybe he be like coming back after a long time.
Does it seem like Karn recognizes the term? Sage of Paths?
No insight needed. No. But born anew sounds very odd considering what you all know.
Right. Dark God Rising, but has a positive name.
Yeah, brothers, I was going to be trying to tell everyone, but we all been going our separate ways. Hard to get everyone in one place. Anyways, there'd be more out there. And I think it'd be in our best interest if we don't find them. Fish them out. Get them on our side before something done be claiming them that we don't want to be having them.
Does Sheldon or Abacus remark where to begin that quest?
You hear a slight, humming from the shell. Abacus says that his siblings are out here, in the world. Should we be able to find them? But he can tell you all about them.
I forget. When we were talking to Sheldon on the island that one night, did he tell us the names of all of the
correct
other Zodiac warriors? Okay, so we know Guro is among their number. Okay, or the figment of Guro. I don't know.
As you bring attention to that, you just hear Doran say, "Boy, but we already have one then." To which you hear in a conch cell voice, "Rejoice! Rejoice!"
It's echoing throughout the fucking tavern.
But Guro never seemed like, not to be dismissive, but that he was that strong. Hey, brother, you be making a good point. Moon. Oh, that be making sense, brother, yeah.
Understood it. He fucking understood it.
He be done getting, gotta be going doing his quest, yeah. You see, Just like what Abacus had on Freedom from the Siren Song. And that means that he's restored to his previous power? I mean, I guess so, brother, but he also be saying the more we work with him, the stronger he done become.
Oh my god, they're actually Pokemon.
As you hear this conversation going on, you see Castor approach you at the bar in a black sleeve shirt rolled up to his elbows. Buy you a drink?
Well, you're offering, but I'll take it. Don't sound like I should be buying all y'all a drink. That's a hell of a story you have there.
He looks at you intently as he passes the drink over.
Talking snail, talking shell.
I know you.
Look him up and down. Well, I don't know you, boy.
No, I suppose it was just another day for you. But I know you. I know what you did to me. And I know what you did to my brothers and sisters.
Nope.
And I promise if there ever becomes a way I can touch you along that great path, you will pay.
You've been watching who you're saying that to, boy. I ain't the person you think I am.
And we're not the fools you thought we were.
No, you ain't. I promise you, though, you're gonna feel real mighty stupid in about 6 seconds. Snap a finger. I'm trying to... Can you, like, turn it off for a second? Oh, wait, no. Someone could tell if it's fake or not if they touch it.
Or roll an investigation check to see that it's an illusion.
Look real close to me, boy. Feel my hand.
As your hand goes up, one of his hand goes back to behind his back, and instinctively you know he's reaching for a dagger.
Look real close now, and you'll see the truth behind this ugly old mug. It's a face I recognize myself, in the same way that you recognize it. Go on then. Take a look now. I could get,
Oh my god.
Okay.
Would you have advantage?
I could give him Bardic.